Boom! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your boy, Nolan Hawkeye Anthony here. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday, wherever you may be. And of course, however you may be. I apologize. I had some technical difficulties. I totally botched. I ended up deleting the video, and so I definitely apologize for that. I would be ticked if I were you guys. So just head on over here. You guys will be totally fine. Again, like I said, I apologize. All right, let's get right back into what I was saying. By the way, be sure to share this out, comment the whole 9 yards. And subscribe, like you guys understand the whole shebang. So anyways, I don't want to, spend too much time on this since on the previous video that totally just got screwed up. I already spent a good amount of time on it, but it's just so funny. Like the Michigan fans, I got to tell you guys, they are by far the most self-conscious fan base that I have seen. And this is not trash talk. I'm not trying to trash talk. I'm really not. I'm just, I try and be 100% honest with you guys. And all the other fan bases have been exceptional. The only ones that are just so nauseating in their attempt to tell me why, Michigan is so good, even though I know Michigan's a good team. In their attempt to get me to somehow relinquish my game prediction and all of that. It's just like, it was so nauseating. There were only a handful of Michigan fans that were respectful in the least, which, by the way, some of you guys are going to say to me, well, Nolan, you should have a thicker skin, okay? By the way, guys, the skin doesn't get any more thick than what I have, okay? It doesn't. But I try to read every single comment. I really do, because that is just what this is about. This is about getting together and having, talking about sports, getting away from work and politics and this and this and this. That is what this is all about. And so I try and comment. Takahashi, I'm going to show this guy's picture. This is nice. Even though Takahashi was one of the guys who commented, hey, yo, Nolan, Michigan is 11-2. That looks sweet, Takahashi. I like it. But yeah, the Michigan fans, it was nauseating just how much they just would not quit. It was ridiculous. So I'll just put it to you guys this way. If Iowa wins, I will be the biggest D-bag in the world to the Michigan fans that you've ever seen. I mean, because they absolutely would have earned it. They absolutely would have earned it. So that is what I'm going to do. All right, guys. That second take talking about Michigan was not as good as the first take, but that's okay. That's okay. What a game we have in store today. I've been waiting all day for this. Got another massage. I went, got some Trader Joe's. It's a health restaurant. I don't know if there's a Trader Joe's in the state of Iowa. Got some Trader Joe's. Went for a nice jog, about 6.2 miles. Went to the gym, sauna, the whole 9 yards. Had an excellent day. But I just could not stop thinking about this game. And with the crazy part, and I'll get to all your guys' comments momentarily, the crazy part is that Iowa are substantial underdogs in this game. They are huge underdogs. And as I said in my preview video, it's not really surprising. It's not, because if if you aren't, and I've said this many times, if you're not an Iowa fan, it's so hard for you on the outside looking in to respect what the Iowa Hawkeyes are able to do. It is very, very difficult. And I understand that. I really, really do. If I was a non-Iowa fan, I'd be looking at Iowa and saying, how are they 10-2? Their offense can barely get 200 yards every single game. I get it, okay? I absolutely understand it. But the reality is, Iowa has had, I looked it up, they have approximately the 26th or the 27th most difficult schedule this season. So it's not like 2015 where, you had a bunch of people saying, well, Iowa doesn't play anybody. That's just simply not the case. I'm almost done sharing this out here. So Iowa definitely has played a lot of phenomenal teams this season. And they are what they are, guys. They are what they are. And they are damn good at what they do. They win football games through their defense and through their special teams. And it's never going to change in the Kirk Ferentz era. It just won't. And for other people checking it out, it is so hard for them to understand how in the world Iowa is a 10-2 team. But for me, as an Iowa fan, it just really is not, especially this team, a team who just found ways to get victories against a few solid teams. Penn State, Minnesota, Iowa State was decent this year, not as good as people expected. So this is not surprising that Iowa is a 12-point underdog in this game. And I got to tell you, I love how they are looking at this game currently right now. I want to pull up some content here and really get into this. Folks, when you look at Michigan, the bottom line is with them, they have an excellent defensive line. They rush the ball. They have a decent quarterback. In a lot of ways, they're very similar to the Iowa Hawkeyes. Very, very similar. They try to be more physical. That's why they were able to do what they did against Ohio State. They try to run the football down your throat. They try to get to the quarterback, which they do very, very well with Aiden Hutchinson. I think that's his name. And the other defensive linemen, they have a very strong defense. So it'll be interesting to see. In my opinion, I had a bunch of people commenting saying, especially Michigan fans, saying to me, well, Iowa, Michigan smashed Ohio State. Therefore, they will smash Iowa. And the math just doesn't work. The math just does not work on that. It just doesn't. If it worked, then when Iowa smashed Ohio State in 2017, I believe it was, they would have went 12-0 because they smashed Ohio State. It just doesn't work. The math doesn't add up. I had so many people commenting that, and it's like, man, that is just so silly that you see it that way, because it just isn't that way. By the way, guys, I want to show this video, or some of the video, of Jack. Definitely Kirk Ferentz. It was an excellent video. Check this.
I feel like I'm kind of like the program. Like, I'm not very.
By the way, Jack Campbell, in my opinion, and I already finished the video of who I think stays and who I think leaves. Jack Campbell, in my opinion, is the second best NFL prospect that the Iowa Hawkeyes have. In my opinion, it's Tyler Linderbaum, number one. And to be honest, you could probably make a case that Jack Campbell, because he's 6'4" and can run a 4.5 40, is the number one NFL prospect. But I went with Tyler Linderbaum. Jack Campbell's probably number two. And Riley Moss is number three. I am going to drop it after this game, probably tomorrow, so you guys can check it out.
Flashy. I just like to get out there and just get to work.
This guy is an absolute animal. Look at the sounds he's making. He's an absolute animal.
I'm never going to walk in that film room and see a comment of me not giving 100%. And that's just something I try to bring to the table every day. I'm never going to let my teammates down.
It's picked off. That's Jack Campbell running it back. Touchdown, Hawkeyes.
Jack Campbell really just sets the tone for our defense.
So there's that. I don't want to play too much of the video because I don't want to get hit with a copyright strike. I'm going to go to the comments and see what some of y'all are commenting. It does suck. I'm upset that the other video did not work. I definitely do apologize about that. CJ Smith, we back. Shea Amos. Why Georgia now two teams in the playoffs? I'm not sure I understand the question fully there. There we go. That's good. Cooper Moffitt, I posted somewhere that I needed knee surgery, and if Iowa won, it would cheer me up. But then the Michigan fans started telling me how disappointed I was going to be, which seemed a bit messed up. I got to tell you, the Michigan fans were the worst. They really were. Like I said, I've done this all year long. And for the most part, the fans are really, really, of any team, are pretty spectacular. They're okay. But the Michigan fans, they were by far the most self-conscious, continuously trying to convince me that Michigan was a great team, why Michigan would win, yada, yada, yada. And it just got so tiresome after a while. Michael Morin, Michigan is coming in with cojones, the size of the moon after beating OSU. I think they could be in for letdown against a team with nothing to lose. I think that's a great point, Mike. I mean, what does Iowa have to lose in this game? Seriously, in 2015, they had what they had to lose was a playoff berth, a possible playoff berth. And the bottom line is, they are very much on the outside looking in as far as the playoff goes. So they're playing with house money tonight. I mean, if you look at the two teams and what they have to lose, Michigan by far has way more to lose, and it would look way worse if Michigan lost. That's a great point. Cooper Moffitt, what if this game ended up like the 2017 Iowa versus Ohio State game? Man, that would be so effing spectacular. It really would. I would go insane. That would be spectacular. I agree with Mike. Michigan gave Ohio State the whole 9 yards. It'll be hard for them to come back down after that. CJ Smith, Michigan fans are the most bitter, entitled people on earth. Iowa's defense is a lot better than Ohio State's. Shea Amos, because Georgia is losing. That's why I wrote that. Georgia, even if they lose, are likely in to the college football playoff. Iowa versus Utah in the Rose Bowl. Yes, that would be sweet. I would definitely enjoy that. By the way, this is the meme that I was looking for last week in the post game, and I finally found it. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't know if you guys know what movie that's from, but it is an absolute great meme. I love that. And so anyways, folks, I just wanted to do a quick pregame show and just kind of talk about how awesome this is in general. Will it suck if Iowa loses? Of course it will. But the bottom line is, guys, Iowa was on the outside looking in. They barely backed in to this Big Ten championship, and they are here. They are underdogs, significant underdogs. I mean, look at this, guys. I mean, they are significant underdogs. Let me see if I can find it here. I had it on the ESPN thing here. I'll pull it up. But they just don't really have a ton to lose. And regardless of what happens tonight, It will be pretty spectacular that Iowa went 10-2, that so many guys, I don't know if you guys saw how many Iowa Hawkeyes were on the all Big Ten team, but it was, I think, 12 players. Just absolutely incredible. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Seasons like this are very rare, even if you are, an Ohio State fan. And so regardless of what happens today, I will be very happy of what the Iowa Hawkeyes have accomplished. But with that being said, I saw so many comments about how Iowa had no chance in this game. And that just astounds me because in the preview video, I showed an article that 247 Sports did, which basically showed that Iowa is excellent against top 25 teams, especially against underdogs. And I've said this for a long time. The Iowa Hawkeyes, they rarely get their A's kicked. I mean, against Wisconsin and Purdue, that was, in my opinion, an anomaly. It was an anomaly. That rarely happens. So it would surprise me big time if Iowa were to get blown out in this game. And all they have to do is keep it close. Iowa, really, all they need to do is have their defense show up, and I guarantee they will be in this game. Will it be tough sledding tonight? Absolutely. But if you don't think that Brian Ferentz and the Iowa Hawkeye staff don't have some offensive play calls to open it up a little bit and give them a little bit better chance of scoring the football, then you just don't really understand Iowa football that well. Now, them executing it is a whole separate thing. But Iowa absolutely has a shot to win tonight's game. Absolutely have a shot to win tonight's game. And so much has been made about the Iowa Hawkeye quarterback situation, which again, and I feel like I keep pounding on the desk saying this, but the quarterback situation for Iowa is I wouldn't say it's irrelevant, but it really is not the end all be all. The biggest thing is the run game. If Iowa can run the football, they should be just fine. So we'll see what happens tonight, guys. This is going to be incredible. Either way, like I said, I'm very excited for this game, and we will see what happens. As far as the quarterback situation goes, I think you have to stick it out with Spencer Petras and just kind of ride him the whole game. I don't think Iowa can afford to go back to Alex Padilla in this game. Michigan, the bottom line is, folks, Michigan is just not Nebraska. They are a better football team. So Iowa is going to have to ride it out with Spencer Petras tonight. I hope Tyler Goodson will be ready to rock and roll tonight because he's going to get the ball a lot. As far as the wide receivers go, Keegan Johnson and Arlen Bruce, we'll see or Tyrone Tracy. The top four are the top four for Iowa. It's Charlie Jones, Arlen Bruce, Keegan Johnson, and Nico Reganey. Tyrone Tracy is kind of the odd man out. And outside of that, if Iowa can play a clean game tonight and perhaps, have a few plays here and there, whether it's takeaways or punting the football, pinning the ball inside the 10 or, inside the 5 to make something happen, at the very least, great field position, they should be just fine. I'm excited to see what this Iowa offense will come up with this week. And somebody asked me, Nolan, how can you pick the Iowa Hawkeyes in this game? And the bottom line is, guys, unless Iowa has zero chance to win a football game, I will always pick the Iowa Hawkeyes. Because at the end of the day, they are Division I athletes. I will always pick them if I believe they have at least a minimal chance to win this game. And in this game, they have an even greater than a minimal chance to win this game. So I am absolutely picking the Hawkeyes to win this game. The only way they win this game is if they keep the scoring low. It has to be at most. The most the Iowa Hawkeyes can give up is 26 points. Any more than that, and we're looking at a blowout here, folks. So I am going to go with the Iowa Hawkeyes tonight. 21. I know I've changed the score for the prediction. 21-18. They win by a field goal. So that is what I'm going with. Guys, I hope you guys comment and hang out in the post-game show. I'm sorry about the mess up with the pregame video. It is what it is. It happens every now and again. But we will be here for the post-game show, having a good time and hanging out. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy willow. Facts or feelings, your feelings don't matter. Love y'all. Hawks. Bye. See you guys at the end of the game.